Hello, it's me, and wouldn't you know, time for another unboxing. What I'm excited about this one is that it's another Traiphum product. Traiphum products are among the best that you can possibly get, and I'm actually at a point now where if I have an opportunity, even if it's a puzzle that I might not particularly covet, I still have to get it. He's like an addiction. Okay, let's see what we've got. Alright, getting to the Thai newspaper. There's actually a couple that I have. I guess I'll start off with this big guy over here. So the word cuboid and Traiphum together are again an irresistible combination. He's the master of modifications, taking base puzzles and turning them into never before seen cuboids. So I cannot resist both of those aspects at the same time. So this looks like a good one. This is a 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 by 4 by 5. So that would land this as a brick type cuboid. And let's see how the movement is here. So I'm going to move the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 5 into the 2, as it doesn't turn like that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 4. No. So we're going to want to do the 4 into the 2. Right? That's going to be this over here. So once again, flawless turning. So this is another variation of the brick cuboid, much like the 2 by 3 by 4. This is a 2 by 4 by 5. So similar kind of a solve experience, I think. Here's something of a brick type checkerboard, I guess. So as you can see, the quality is exactly what I would expect. They're really works of art. Even if I have a 3D printed version of it, I'd still want to get it. Just because of the nature of how well these puzzles are made. Another quasi checkerboard. So once again, this doesn't move over here. Probably do a full scramble at some point. There, so here's another example of that, but you can see the movement is flawless. And I guess this is probably from a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by a 5 by 5. Perfectly, or almost perfectly proportional. At least looks at it like this. Little disproportionate over here, but that's okay. So that's the first one. Another Traiphum product. Now this one is an interesting one. I'm actually interested to see what this one is all about. So what is this that I'm looking at? What do we think this is? It has kind of a look of a rainbow cube, sort of. Slice there. Aha. Okay. So what is this? What kind of puzzle is this? Well, we got movement on this plane over here. And we've got movement on this plane over here. Now what this is called, this is a rainbow kind of a cube. It's called a rainbow C-cube. He has a number of modifications of Diane gems. And he's converted them into cubes, converted them into other shapes like this one. So this is probably a modification of a Diane gem. Specifically, I wonder if it's a Diane 7 or Diane 3. Diane Gem 7 or Diane Gem 3. So I can move about these planes over here. On this plane I've got a few, well, I can move on this face, I can move on this face, can't move this one up here, but I can move here. So I've got deep cuts with this face, I've got shallow cuts with this face. So I'm going to want to figure this out, and this face itself, this is it's really not a movable one. So I can move from here, and I can move deep from here. So I think the whole issue with Diane puzzles is that they're really hybrids. So I'm going to want to see what kind of a hybrid this is. Not complete hybrids, but you know, hybrids nonetheless. So there you have it, the Rainbow C-cube and the 2 by 4 by 5. Some excellent products by a true master craftsman. Thanks for watching. So I can't really resist, so let's go ahead and do a scramble and solve of this. It's a basic brick cuboid because it looks like a brick, and it has the specific form that basically means that when scrambling this, the question is, what does it become? What kind of a cuboid does it become that we have to scramble through? So if we just hold it like this, we see we've got two functioning layers here. So it becomes a 2 by 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the initial solve becomes a 2 by 2 by 5 solve. And then you start to deal with all of the rest of the bandaging and the parities that happen with that. So all bricks become another kind of a solve initially. For instance, the 3 by 4 by 5, if you look at it, this, when it's in its scrambled form and completely bandaged form becomes a 3, 1, 2, 3 by 3 by 4. So you start off with a 3 by 3 by 4 solve in order to get the thing solved. So I have to bear in mind that's really what this starts out as. But let's go ahead and do a quick scramble here. And again, this shows the motion of the puzzle. Really very good. Another work of art by Traiphum. And as soon as I end up getting up the funds and the money when I see a Traiphum product, I jump at it. Okay, so I first do a Rubik 180 scramble to start off with. Now we can start doing some shape shifting. We'll come across over here. And we'll just do some basic brick scrambling like so. Okay, so now this is basically scrambled into a 2 by 2 by 5. So to those who have questions on 2 by 2 by 4, or actually closer to 2 by 2 by 3 scrambles, this is turning into that kind of a domino. Turn, turn. I can only do 180-degree turns like that. And turn over here. Wow, I don't know how he gets it so smooth. Okay, very, once again, smooth moving puzzle. Okay, so my first step, if I'm going to start off as a 2 by 2 by 5, is there's going to be a middle layer that's not going to have any shape shifting, and that's going to be this. So I'm just going to put that in. Okay, so this middle layer is now solved, and you can see that there's no bandaging or anything like that. Now I'm going to do the top and the bottom. So these are the wrong pieces over here. And the way that I do this is I get the terminal pieces like that. So this is obviously not right. This is right over here. So I'm going to look for the red and yellow, which is going to come down from here. So I'm basically ignoring the centers and just putting these terminal edges in over here. So it's going to be red and yellow. So I'm going to find a red and yellow that makes sense, which is this guy. By way of sliding U technique, move it in, swing it to the left, swing it out here, back, across, and here. Okay, so this is in and this is in. Now I'm looking for the yellow and orange. Obviously it's not this one. See if it's down here. And it is this one. So swing it from the right, turn it to the left, swing it to the left, back to the right, turn, turn, and turn. Okay, so this is in, ignoring this. And I'm ignoring this because I have variable bandaging that happens with this. Now I'm looking for the yellow and white, orange and white rather, which is this guy. So turn it to the right, swing it to the left, turn it on the left, swing to the right, turn, turn, and turn. And move it in. Okay, so see this, these edges are all in. This is not, but we're going to worry about that later. Now we do the bottom, and I'm just doing it by way of corners. These corners are in. These need to be swapped. It's 2R U, 2R UI, 2R UID, 2R UI, 2R U, 2R. And this moves back. So now you can see all these are in. Do I dare make short work of these yet, and not yet. These I'm going to do by 180-degree turns. So let's see. What are we going to work on over here? Well, is the green supposed to go on the top? Well, this obviously doesn't belong, so it's not going to be the green. So it's going to be the blue. So that's over here. So I'm going to start moving the blue ones in where they're supposed to be. Blue and yellow. Orange rather is going to come over to here, here to here. Move it in, swing it to the left. Move it from the left, swing it back to the right. So simple cuboid strategies here. Now I need to get the remaining ones over here. This is going to be the white one. Turn. And this swinging U technique is a good way of putting in a layer when you don't care about the layer below it as of yet. And now one final blue one. This blue one has to come over to here. Move it to the opposite side. Turn, 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 and turn. This comes back in. So these are now all in. I find the two corners that are in, which is these, and do a corner swap. To our U, to our... The whole purpose of this part of the solve is to unbandage it so that I can start doing 180-degree turns. Remember, I did 180-degree turns to initially scramble the puzzle, so I'm getting it back to that state. Okay, so here I'm back. Now I just need to put these guys in by doing 180-degree algorithms. I'm going to take these two. This will match with this. So move this over here and do the algorithm to U, to R, to F, to U, to U, to F, to R, to U. Puts this in. Move this back down here. And now what I want to do is I want to take this, move this over here, to U, to R, to F, to U, to U, to F, to R, to U, and now swing these two. Now this scramble that I did was kind of a limited scramble, I guess, because I didn't encounter a brick parity. A brick parity would mean that I wouldn't be able to solve it the way that I did here, and that would look a little something like this. Okay, so taking a look at what we have here, we've got a couple of pieces sprinkled around. So when I look at this and this, starting off with this, how am I going to exchange these guys? It's going to be very difficult to do a URF algorithm, and in other words, you really can't. And even when you look at the edges, you see two edges are in, and the rest of the three are not. So that's actually what we call a brick parity. Starting off with this, the way that this would work is this algorithm is going to cause this to come here, which is not what we want. So the way that we're going to do that is this will come here. Well, we don't want that either. So I'm going to turn this over here. This will come here, this will come here, and this will come here. And it's going to be with a second layer. And that's the form of that is going to be 2F. And then I'm going to split my U down here. U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L. And then I'm going to do a 2F, middle 2R, 2F. Then finish it up with a 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI. Do a 2F, bring this up. And now I can bring this back, and you can see all of these are now fixed. I just have to do the same thing, the same brick parity algorithm with the edges here. So this will come to here, this will come down to here, so I'm going to take this guy, move him back here, and now this will come up to here, and that should solve it. And that's the only complicating features of this particular puzzle. So the way that this is going to work, this is going to be the right-sided version, and now my U's are going to be split at the top as opposed to here, and that's going to be a 2F, then a U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L, do a 2F, and split the R over here to take the parity out, and then another 2F, then finish it up with a 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, do a 2F, bring this in, and then I can bring this back. And it's solved. So there you have it, every aspect of the 2x4x5 solve. It's really exactly the same strategy as every other brick that is out there, but in this case it's a very nice added cuboid towards the collection, and again, a true joy to solve and to play with a puzzle made by a master builder. Thanks for watching.